So we got a new SimPure water filter, and what I'm doing here is I'm filling up the water reservoir here, and there's a max fill line right there. So I'm just filling it up from the tap here, and I'm going to take it to the filter here. But we'll pause here. That's up to the max fill line, and you'll see it has a nice little carry handle here. So I'm going to carry that to the filter. And when you set it on the filter here, there's a right and a wrong way that it will fit on there. And the way that I can tell is there's these couple little tabs right here, and those tabs go to the back side towards the filters, and this little lid just hinges up there like that. So what I do is I just lift this up here and just turn it this direction so that it sits on there on that little tray right there. And then it just sits right down there on that little tray the right direction. But see, this side, this has the max fill line on it right here, but it doesn't have those little tabs. But you can see there's the max fill line right there, but it doesn't have those little tabs that stick out there. And then you just put that down like that, and then over here you put the pitcher. But now that we're ready to roll, we want to put the actual filter on there and the little cap, which I have sitting in a little bowl here. And that little black cap just kind of twists onto the top of that filter there, and then that sits in there and just fits in there with a little gasket around there, so that it just sits in there tight, so that when the water comes down through here into the filter, it just gives it another little filter there, and through that little filter right there. And I already rinsed this. I let it sit and soak. And at first, when I first did it, it was full of all the carbon, all the little black came out of there and stuff. You can see there's a little residue on the paper towel there still, but yeah, all the little because in the manufacturing, all that carbon that is doing all the filtering, there's extra residue powder in there and stuff. So you want to soak that for a while. I think it said like 10 15 minutes or something like that first, and I got all that out of there first before I started. But now we've run it through, had it do its flush for 3 or 4 times. I think we did it full of this 3 or 4 times. And now we're ready for real live fresh filtered water. So I'm gonna do a little, I think we'll do a little small one this time, because we don't need a ton of water, but I can't remember how many ounces, but there's a small, a medium, and a large amount of water here. So we're gonna let it do its little filtering thing. And I've washed out the pitcher again since we did all the flushing and stuff. I've washed the filter. So let's see, we're gonna hit so you can see it says small, medium, large. There's a flushing button and a reset, but we're just hit small, and it's gonna like filter through there. You can see it's starting to come out there already, and it's gonna put some water down in here after it goes through the little filter again, and you can see it's coming down there. So yeah, they sent this to us so we could show it to you, and it's going to be super handy out here in the office, because then we don't have to run in and out of the house all the time to get fresh water. How about that? Cool stuff, huh? We'll taste it here in a minute. Okay, it looks like it's done, and I looked it up while I was waiting, and the small is 12 ounces, medium is 18 ounces, and large is 35 ounces. So we did small, so that's about 12 ounces there. So we'll put it in my cup. Sent me these cups here so that I could show them to you also. So this is one of my favorite cups here, one of my favorite coffee cups. But do you want to taste the water?
Okay.
We just did the first one here, so we're gonna pour it from the pitcher into my coffee cup here. This is just an empty, clean coffee cup I grabbed out of the kitchen there, and we're gonna taste it. This is our first taste out of the new SimPure, so we're gonna give this a taste here and see how it does. Tastes like water. Taste.
That's a good thing.
It is. It doesn't taste, bad at all. It doesn't. It just tastes like water. So.
Want to taste?
She's gonna let the dog drink out of my coffee cup.
Let me drink.
She had a little. She put her tongue in it.
She's like, yeah, tastes good.
Yeah, it just tastes like water. So, yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. That's good stuff. So, yeah, thanks for sending it. Like I said, it's going to be super convenient out here in the office. So,